Let's have a big welcome for Ellis Jones.
Thank you. Give it up for your host. Come on. Let's be sweet. Let's be sweet. You guys are sweet. You guys are sweet. Dolce de leche. I appreciate that. Oh, it's good to be here. It's good to be in LA. I am not from here. I am from a small town in suburban New York. I am basically from, if you've ever seen a movie about high school where one character says like, dude, what about the big dance? I'm from there. I'm from like 2 blocks away from there. I'm right around the corner. And when you grow up in a town like that, you do have these very weird expectations about what your life's gonna be like. So when I was a kid, I honestly thought that I was gonna grow up and I was gonna be like the actor Justin Long. I was gonna be scrappy, I was gonna be lovable, and I was gonna be white with brown hair. Okay, the big 3. And when I went to high school, I really thought my life was gonna be like those high school movies. It's gonna be like John Hughes, it's gonna be like American Pie. You know, I'd pull up in like a cool Jeep to the parking lot and there'd be all the cliques. It'd be like jocks throwing a football and nerds reading textbooks and some skater kid does like a gnarly kickflip. And we could see in the back some poor bastard who the whole school calls Fart Attack is just getting shoved in a garbage can. And we hear in the background, we hear like, hey, don't write yourself off yet. Like that song's going on. And what I really wanted, desperately, I wanted this like high school movie romance. You know, I wanted to like round the corner one day and bump into some girl and she'd drop her books and I'd be like, oh, your books. And then we'd reach down, we'd clunk our head together because we're such goofs. But when we look, there'd be a connection. And I'd be like, hi, I'm Ellis. And she'd have a really ridiculous name. She'd be like, hey, I'm Silver. Silver LaRue. She'd be like a kid detective. And then Silver and I, we'd become friends. We'd be lab partners and we'd have inside jokes and she'd always be like, Ellis, you're such a dork. And I'd be like, no, you're the dork, Silver. And guys, we'd be such dorks. I tell you. And one night, get away from her crazy parents, she'd take me up to her special spot on the hill where we can see the whole town. And she'd say something that's like meant to be deep, but is kind of meaningless. So she'd be like, from up here, we are the forever people. And I'd be like, yeah, I guess, whatever the fuck that means. But like, yeah, we are, of course. And she'd be dating some jerk named Tyler Ferguson, who's definitely not real. And he'd be on the basketball team, and he'd be friends with a bunch of dudes who are really homophobic, but not secretly gay. So it's like not cute. It's just like, come on, guys, don't do that. Also, side note, we gotta stop assuming that everybody who's homophobic is secretly gay. Feels like we're letting them off the hook. Feels like we're giving them an out. You know, just take that home with you. Just learn something. But he'd be a real jerk. And look, I'm a basketball fan. This guy can ball, okay? I'm talking 20 and 10 every night, okay? D1, Arizona State. He's off the bench, but he's good. But he's a real jerk, but he is. And one day he's being real mean to Silver in the cafeteria, and I try to fight him, and I lose, but in like a hot way where everyone's like, he's huge, and you were in it for like a second, you know what I mean? But Silver's pissed, and she's like, you embarrassed me in front of everyone. And I'm like, why can't you see I'm the only one who cares? And I run out, and it's the rain, and the fray is playing, and it's so dramatic. How to save a life, like that's all going on. And then Silver and I don't talk for a little bit, a couple of weeks, maybe a month, depending if it's 4 weeks. But then at the high school dance, I see her across the dance floor and she looks amazing. But I look fantastic. I'm in like a blue blazer and like Converse because I'm fucking different. I'm not like the other guys and got like a loose tie on. It's like it looks really cool. I look awesome. It's very, very cool. Everyone's like, wow, that guy, wow, that's Ellis? Man, he really did it. Damn. But I see her up there and I go, God, Ellis, couldn't you once have the courage to say how you feel? And I walk up to her and I go, Silver, sorry for what I did. And she's like, no, I saw Tyler Ferguson intercoursing all the cheerleaders in the bathroom. And I'm like, no, I was right the whole time is what you're saying. Technically, what you are saying is I was right the whole time. I say, Silver, I'm so sorry. She says, my whole life I wanted to be this perfect girl, perfect cheerleader, perfect daughter, and she's got some backstory we honestly don't really care about, but like she's like launches into it. And she's doing this monologue, and I'm like, yeah, got it, ba, 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 ba. But I'm a great listener, and I get women, so I'm like, so Silver. God. And just no matter what she says at the end, I go, that sounds unfair. I go, what do you want, Silver? And she goes, honestly, I just want to dance with the biggest dork at this high school. And that's me. And we dance and we kiss and it's amazing. And right as we start to fall in love, they say, like, we're announcing prom, king and queen. And we don't care about that stuff because love is the real popularity. But we see, we're like, prom king this year is a man named Ronald Darbus. And we're like, who the hell's Ronald Darbus? But then we see him walking to the stage. It's Fart Attack. He won. We've called him Fart Attack for so long, we forgot that his real name is Ronald Darbus. And he gets on stage, and I'm living in this moment. I can't believe it, and I see behind him there's a figure. And I go, who is that? But then all of a sudden I see his boyish good looks, his early 2000s charm. It's Justin Long. He came. He's here. And we don't say anything. He gives me a nod and a wink, and he's holding his MTV Movie Best Kiss Award. And I know everything's gonna be okay. And I think about going up to him, but I don't. And he gives me one final salute. And then he bends his knees. And then he flies off into the night. Because that is where he lives. All right, I'm Ellis Jones. Thank you guys very much. You guys have been awesome.